Today we're taking a trip down to Mustafar where the lava runs hot and there's fire everywhere. We are going to make the FIERY Mustafarian from Oga's Cantina, one of the new cocktails, well, relatively new, at Oga's Cantina that sounds delicious, spicy, and everything you could want in a drink. Let's make it. All right, so this one is actually quite labor extensive. I made a peach puree. I made the Mustafarian syrup. I needed tequila añejo. I needed Aperol. There is a lot going in this one. So here's what you're gonna need to do first. You're gonna need to make this lava syrup. This is really cool, really worth making. So the idea at Disney is that you can kind of adjust your spice levels because they serve this in an eyedropper. Now, my recipe for the Mustafarian lava flow is a little more tame than others. All I did is I soaked jalapeno, serrano peppers, kept the seeds on, covered them in sugar and left them in the fridge for a few days, pureed that, strained it through a strainer, that way we don't get any of the seeds in the syrup, and then added a little bit of red food dye, and it made it this beautiful maroon color, just like the park. Boom, lava syrup. Now, peach puree, pretty self-explanatory, but I just simply took a blender, grabbed some sliced peaches, put a little syrup in, boom, 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 peach puree. From there on out, you just gotta grab the ingredients. Tequila añejo, Aperol, and lime juice. Let's make a drink. All right, ingredient number 1, tequila añejo. Let's do 1.5 ounces. Let's do 1 ounce of Aperol, and if you don't have Aperol at home, you can do something like triple sec. This is a little bit more bitter, but not as strong. I mean, I think Aperol should be in most bartenders' homes, so if you're a bartender, get it. If you're not, triple sec's probably gonna work for you. But again, you're spending money on añejo tequila, so it's all up to you. All right, this is where it starts to get confusing. We're gonna add a full ounce of peach puree. Next, we're gonna do just 1/4 ounce of peach syrup. I have a feeling this is just already a lot of peach as it is, but this is what the recipe calls for. And finally, this thing just wouldn't be properly balanced if we didn't have a little bit of lime juice. So let's toss it in. I may not always flip it perfect, but I have been getting it in here just about every time. Who knew that if you did something multiple times for days on end, you'd get good at it? Now we ice it. Now we pour. We got that nice pink, orange, beautiful color. We grab our eyedropper. Let's pour out about 1/2 ounce of syrup for the eyedropper. And there we have it, the FIERY Mustafarian. I think the concept here is really cool. I'm not sure I really understand why we want to put it in an eyedropper besides to adjust the spice levels on your own. But, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's just drop in 1/2 of this. You know what, I'm a grown man, I can handle it. Let's do more than 1/2. Let's do 1 whole eyedropper. Give it a little stir. All right, it smells really spicy. I might have messed up here. And let's take a sip. Cheers. Ooh, that's pleasant. I like this one. I've liked most of them, so I guess that doesn't say much. For this one, I think this is the most alcohol-forward cocktail at Disney. You're getting a lot of that tequila añejo. I can't remember which brand they used. I used, a cheap one. But regardless, I think the añejo really just plays with the spiciness, with the sweetness. It's a really well-balanced drink, and it's not something that's just super simple. I never would have paired an añejo with peach, but it really, really works. It's nice, it's a warm spice, it's not overwhelming. I think you could add up to 1 ounce of that lava syrup without, regretting it. But a super fun drink. I kind of do wish they took another route. I'm not really sure if I'm feeling the peach for a Mustafar drink. I mean, why not? I mean, maybe it's too on the head, but why not do Fireball or even like a smoky mezcal? I think that would be delicious in here. I'm not here to remake the recipes. I'm here to recreate the recipes so you can make them at home, and that's what I've done here. If you wanted to improve it, I say throw a little bit of mezcal in there and you are gonna be good. But again, this is delicious. It's not a bad drink. It's a nice spice, it's flavorful, it's easy to drink, it's alcohol forward for the most part. It is a little strong with the peachy flavor, but I'm happy with that. The FIERY Mustafarian is in the books, and I feel like I have just took a nice swig of flaming hot lava. Cheers to Anakin.